Artificial intelligence is no longer a future technology. It's already changing how we work and live. For working professionals, AI is changing the way we write emails, analyze data, and even make decisions. But beyond the hype, what should you actually know? In this video, I cover 3 things. Number 1, the core ideas behind AI. Number 2, where AI is likely headed in the next few years. And number 3, the risks that matter most, especially around jobs. AI at its core is pattern recognition at scale. It finds relationships in huge amounts of data and uses them to make predictions. When you use ChatGPT, it isn't reasoning like a person. It's calculating, given this sentence, what is the most probable next word? So if we ever thought, wow, this AI sounds smart, let's remember, it's more like a highly trained parrot repeating patterns than a colleague with original insights. These are the AI concepts you should know. The first one is machine learning. This is the foundation. It's about teaching systems to learn from data. Imagine training a junior analyst with thousands of case studies until they recognize patterns on their own. A branch of machine learning is deep learning, which uses neural networks inspired by the brain. It's what powers today's most advanced systems, from voice recognition to autonomous driving and large language models such as ChatGPT that we are familiar with. The next concept is generative AI. What differentiates generative AI from traditional AI is that it doesn't just analyze data, it produces new text, images, audio, or code. Some examples of generative AI are ChatGPT, DALL-E, Midjourney. Generative AI hit the mainstream with ChatGPT's explosive rise in late 2022. Before that, most AI applications were narrower, things like spam filters, fraud detection, or product recommendations. The big shift here is that AI moved from being mostly behind the scenes to something we can interact with directly, almost like a new colleague who can draft, brainstorm, or design alongside you. Right now, AI is already embedded into everyday tools: Microsoft Office, Google Docs, Slack, Notion. Drafting emails, summarizing meetings, generating reports. This isn't the future, it's happening now. In the next 2 to 3 years, these capabilities will move from add-ons to the default way professionals work. Lawyers drafting contracts, marketers building campaigns, analysts crunching data. AI will handle the first pass, and humans will shift into the roles of editor, curator, and decision maker. In 5 to 10 years, we likely see semi-autonomous AI agents that can manage multi-step processes end to end. For example, booking business travel, coordinating projects, even negotiating small deals. Early prototypes already exist, but at scale, they could fundamentally reshape workflows. And beyond that, there's a question of AGI, artificial general intelligence. Unlike today's narrow systems, AGI would mean an AI that can adapt across domains with human-level flexibility, solving problems it hasn't been specifically trained for. Predictions here vary wildly. Some experts say we could see it within a decade. Others argue it may never arrive. But it matters. because the pursuit of AGI is what drives much of the investment and urgency around AI today. AI today is where spreadsheets were in their early years. At first, they were just a faster calculator, but soon they transformed entire industries: finance, accounting, business strategy. AI is following the same trajectory, but moving much faster, and we're already in the middle of that transformation. There are a lot of conversations about AI risks, from immediate risks to existential threats. For professionals, the most tangible risks right now are around jobs. Number one, job disruption. AI, in my opinion, is unlikely to replace entire professions overnight, but it's eating away at tasks. Routine reporting, drafting emails, summarizing meetings, these are already shifting to machines. In law, junior associates used to spend hours preparing case summaries. AI can now do that in minutes. And in investment banking, junior analysts often spend late nights preparing PowerPoint pitch decks. AI-powered tools are already starting to automate much of that drudgery, freeing analysts to focus more on insights and less on slide design. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. If AI can take away the repetitive and low-value parts of work, it could actually let professionals spend more time on strategy, creativity, and human relationships, the parts of the job that matter most. I'm curious, what parts of your job would you be happy to hand over to AI? Leave a comment below. I would love to see the variety of answers. These systems can be wrong, but sound absolutely confident. Imagine a colleague who presents data with total authority and is wrong 20% of the time. Is useful, but dangerous if unchecked. In fields like finance or healthcare, relying blindly on AI could mean regulatory penalties, financial losses, or even harm to people. We will need to build a muscle for critical AI literacy, knowing when to trust and when to verify. AI will widen the gap between those who adapt and those who don't. Those who learn to integrate AI into their workflow will amplify their outputs. Teams and companies that resist risk falling behind. This isn't about just technology, it's about career acceleration. Imagine two consultants. One delivers reports in days, the other in hours, thanks to AI. Over time, that gap compounds. But there's a deeper risk worth naming: the erosion of meaning in work. If AI takes on the routine, the question becomes, what do we value in human contribution? Creativity, judgment, empathy? These are the questions every professional will face sooner or later. So here's what busy professionals like you should know. AI isn't magic, and it isn't doom. It's a tool, a powerful one, that is becoming a new baseline in how we work. The real challenge isn't just learning to use it. It's redefining your role in a world where machines handle the repetitive tasks and humans are left with the work that requires meaning, trust, and context. If you want to stay ahead of AI, subscribe and join the conversation. Thank you, and see you soon.